Good evening, everyone. Can we stand? Moment of silence. Thank you. Do we have some students that want to come and help us with the pledge tonight?
We got 5 great ones.
Yeah, I assume they were just mediocre, right?
You got their medals. Awesome.
Okay, great.
All right, you lead us out.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Pretty good job. All right, let's take our roll call. Mr. Williams is not here. I am present. Mr. Heater.
Present.
Ms. Barnes-Griffin looks like she's not here. Mr. Lowe. Mrs. Washburn. Mr. Irvin. All right, we are all here. Dr. Reynolds?
All right. Hey, good evening, everybody. Hope you're enjoying our wonderful spring weather in Indiana. I guess better this week than next week. So speaking of, we're just wrapping up our 9 weeks. Last Friday, our third quarter wrapped up, so grade cards will be heading home next Friday as we head into spring break and take that next week off for spring break. I guess as the season, we're just wrapped up our iRead 3 testing. I do want to take just a second to thank our principals, our teachers, our student support team, certainly our parents and our students that took time to do their best. And while it take a while to get the results in officially, we're just super proud of how hard everybody worked. And we know we're not to the finish line yet, but we certainly appreciate all the hard work that everyone has put in thus far. We've got a busy weekend ahead of us. We've got this Saturday, the Central Winter Guard is going to perform at the state finals competition at 1:30 p.m. at Center Grove High School. The indoor percussion ensemble, they're going to perform at the state preliminary contest at Decatur High School at 3:22 p.m. And then we are also hosting boys basketball semi-state for Class 2A at the Field House. We have some pretty outstanding teams with some pretty outstanding records coming into the Field House. Just another opportunity for us to showcase our city and our facility, and certainly our hospitality with the Muncie Community Schools. That'll be a 3-game affair, 2 morning games and then an evening game for the championship. Brad, don't let me screw this up, but we have LaPel, Westview from up north. We have Bishop Lures from Fort Wayne, and Oak Hill are the four schools represented. Maybe just a handful of losses among them, really. So a great opportunity to come out, watch some boys high school basketball, and enjoy our facility. I hate to even talk about it, but we have, preparations are well underway for the start of the 26-27 school year, including enrollment and registration day. So that's enrollment window will open when we come back from spring break. So families and parents can get in and update forms and contacts and numbers for the enrollment and registration process. And new families can register at that time if they know that they're coming next year. We're going to have kindergarten kickoffs shortly after that, back at your neighborhood school for those new kiddos that are coming to us as kindergartners. That's going to be on April 9th. And more time and information will be sent out as a district and then also be published by the buildings. And speaking of information, we're going to send our quarterly update out. Our school district quarterly update will be heading out this week with lots of those pieces of information, but lots more good information about the school district, about accomplishments and past events, but also what's ahead for the final 9 weeks of our school year. I think that's it. Ready to go.
All right, Mr. Moore.
First of all, thank you. We just thank you to the board and to Dr. Reynolds and cabinet members. We appreciate this opportunity. Before I get started with my presentation, I would like to just acknowledge a championship team that we put together. It's kind of, yes, right? Been a long time coming. As you guys know, I'm very competitive, and in the spirit of competitiveness, sometimes I want to win everything. So the girls brought home a championship, and I would like to just introduce a couple of them here. We have 15 young ladies. Okay, a couple of them are coming. Come on in. Come on, girls. Come on, Victoria. Okay. Come on, Miss Shannon. We got great family members here. So the support you see, and we have this all the time at Longfellow. We're just so grateful for our families. But we have some wonderful young ladies who we're very, very proud of. Went 10-0 this year. 10-0. And so we're just very thankful. Let me go down the line really quickly. This is Miss Renaya Wolf. This is Miss Carmine Eccles, Victoria Hammond, Raven Button, Jamaria Hill, Mercedes Whiting, and Miss Shannon right here tonight. So we are just glad that they're here. Wanted to show you who they are, and they work very, very hard. And we have some three wonderful coaches. Kind of coaches come up real fast, real quick. Coach Miller, who's an incredible teacher. You're talking about Irish scores. She's that thing. She's real deal. So we're grateful for her. She also served as a volleyball coach. Ms. Prater, who now is back in Indianapolis, but she was our family navigator. She also coached the girls. And then, of course, the man, Coach Dennis Tyler. Really devastated. But we're so excited. But before we set them down, and coaches, y'all can have a seat if you don't mind. Thank you so much. I am going to have the girls do something a little different before, because I told them they got some other things they need to do in their families. I said they can leave here shortly. But before I get started with our championship, can you simply go to the third? There we go. So you guys hear me talk about our vision all the time, and that's huge. Vision is big. We talk about it all the time. We think about it, and we live in it. So I'm going to have our young ladies read our vision statement so that all of us understand from their voices what we do daily at Longfellow. So let me give. Ready? We're going to read this in unison. Okay? All ready? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
In their pursuit of wisdom, the students of Longfellow Elementary School would discover something of value in themselves and return it to society. Our school will provide a safe, aesthetically pleasing, functional environment, conducive to learning and develop of self-esteem.
Thank you, ladies. wonderful, wonderful young ladies, and many of them will be moving to middle school. So this is not over. This is just step one of their journey. So thank you so much, ladies. Families, thank you. You're welcome to stay. I'm going to take probably about 5 to 7 minutes. So, but we are just so grateful of our girls' basketball team. Thank you, championship girls.
Yes.
Want a picture?
Yeah.
One picture. All right. It was incredible. They have medals and all these good stuff. Hats. We were very excited.
That's good.
All right. We need her to go right in the middle. There we go. All right. Everybody here on the three.
The little one in front wasn't the center.
Thank you.
All right, if we can go back, Ms. Miller, to the first part of the slideshow. So every year I come up with a theme. I think about what do we want to kind of put hang our hat on. And I thought about, and this is kind of strange, not strange, but kind of fitting in the fact that I was supposed to do this before we played the championship.
Yes.
Before we even did it. And I had it in my head, we were going to win somehow, some way, and here we are, championship. So again, that was just a thought, but I asked myself, what kind of words can we use? So this year, it's game time. That's what we landed on, and I wanted students to understand, just like a basketball game, a football game, when you come, you're ready to come. It's game time. You're dressed, you're ready, you're locked in, and you're ready to play. So each and every day, on the morning announcements, at the end, I do an announcements with every student. I ask, what time is it? They say, Mr. Moore, it's game time. I said, that's right. So let's go ahead and get in the game. It's time to play. So with that championship language, I start thinking, what do we need to do to ensure that every student understands when they walk into Longfellow, they are a champion? So we talk to our teachers about utilizing language that will give that to our students. So this presentation really is rooted in just championship language. And I thought all about the championship teams in the past, and I said, what do they do better than anybody else? Why do they keep winning? They communicate better than anybody else. So I told myself, I said, I wanted to make sure kids understand the communication that we must have inside the classroom, outside of the classroom, in the lunchroom, in the gym, wherever we are, we want to use championship language. So we've changed the way we talk, the way we understand each other, and the way we communicate to represent championship winning language. So that's what you're going to hear today as I go through this presentation. We can move on to slide 2. Here we go. Constant, there we go. Understanding our language, if we can go to that. This was something that was born out of our meeting that we had in the summertime with our instructional leadership team. And they said, Mr. Moore, let's do something different. I said, well, what do you mean? Let's try to use language that kids can understand. So we began to think through this. And so a lot of times when kids get in trouble, we say, go to timeout or just, go to the corner. We've come up with a whole different thought pattern. And every teacher in here, this poster is up in every classroom. It's called the consequence ladder. And all the kids know it. Hopefully, no one's got a personal foul. No one's got a technical foul for the girls. I know no one was benched. Please tell me no flagrant foul. Not for these young ladies. But again, we're utilizing language that kids are familiar with. We use it all over. If I say, did you get a technical foul today? Yes, Mr. Moore. I said, well, you can clean that up. You're not put out the game yet. So they understand that. So that's language we use daily. We've been using it since day one in the school year. Can we go to the next slide? I sent this home to parents so parents understood this matrix of what everything meant. So I wanted to make sure I defined what a personal foul was. I defined what a technical foul was, and I sent this home early in the message that I sent home to parents so they too can have those conversations with their children when they come home. If a teacher called home and said, your child had a flagrant foul today, they understood that was major. They had some sort of physical altercation. And so parents are very aware of this. So they utilize that same language. And again, it's just a different way of thinking, a different way of communicating. Can we go to the next slide? No, okay. Oh, this is my thing. So you're laughing. Before I got her, I used to dunk a lot, y'all. I thought I was a slam dunk champion, which I was. I really was a slam dunk. A lot. A little bit. So I love slam dunks, and I told kids, I said, you know what? When we go watch basketball games, When they hit layups, everybody can hit a layup. But it's something about a slam dunk. The whole gym rises up and they are looking. They can't wait to see who is going to dunk the ball. Used to be me, Chuck. Not anymore. But seriously speaking, the kids can earn these through being, just a great student. These teachers give these out. Staff member gives these out. I call out slam dunks every day on the morning announcements. Because I tell the kids, if you slam dunk, you did something special. People rose for you at that moment. You caused people to look at you for greatness. So they get that for a slam dunk. But here's the big one, Dr. Reynolds. Can we go to the next slide? Oh, if you're an all-star, this means you have really done some great things. And it takes a lot to become an all-star. As you guys know, in any sport, you really have had to showcase different talents, different skills, and that's what these kids do. So we'll have an all-star party at the end for all these kids who became all-stars. Now, so we're still collecting those. Again, teachers will recommend who those all-stars are. So again, they are special people, and I want to say many of you are all-stars. You should be. We got all-stars in the crowd right now. They already know who some of them are. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, this is something that I enjoy looking at. I tell you what, as you see here, communication is key in unlocking student potential. We believe in every student, every day, all day. And here's the thing that we have our kids say every time. I'm going to do something I've never done before. Bishop, is it okay if I do something different? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ask you. Watch this. Carmine, what's your affirmation? Marcetti, what's your affirmation? Renee, what's your affirmation? Here it is right here. They are smart, they're actually, they can't do anything. We say that every day. I want every child from preschool to 5th grade to understand I'm smart, I'm excellent, and I can't do anything. We say that daily. Help them understand, I don't care where you go. You're that person, you're that being, you're that champion. So we say that daily. Here's what happened, I believe, because we're using championship language. I really want us to pay attention to something. And this is this is wonderful. We've never had this happen the way it did. So last year, we had a total, I'm not proud to say this, of 105 out of school suspensions. That's a lot. But I said, we got to do something different. I don't like how these kids out of the building. Building is a place where kids should be learning, not getting sent home all the time. So last year, we went from 105. The goal this year was 84. So last year at this time, from August to February, we had 82 out-of-school suspensions. This year, 28. 28. What is that saying? That means kids are responding. Teachers that can teach. Children are being engaged. What does that mean? We're being championed. And I tell them all the time, it's all about your mentality, and kids are responding to, I am smart, I am excellent, and I can do anything. So you see that huge number drop, and again, test scores will reveal that. We have some things coming up, I-learns coming up, and I think we'll do well on that, because again, you go from 82 to 28, that's a huge number. And that, the temperature of the building is totally different. And every day our kids come in ready to learn. So wanted to express that and showcase this piece, because this was huge for us. Can you go to the next piece? Oh, I love this. Communicating standards with vertical alignment. As I tell you, if you guys have not met Faith Search is a master teacher, one of the most incredible human beings on earth, but an incredible teacher. And we talked about how do we help communicate from kindergarten all the way to 5th grade what they need to do to be able to understand certain areas as they are tested. Because we wanted to make sure that in kindergarten, they're learning certain things. For instance, I want to take you through this real quick. So here is a standard for kindergarten that's going to go all the way through 5th. And we want to make sure that kids are getting this daily, so teachers are teaching. This is foundation. Just like everybody else, you go upstairs. Retail. You see it in here, kindergarten. Retail, stores. Retail. Now you're doing a recount. Same thing as retail, but we're moving up a little bit. Let's go to 3rd grade. We're still recounting. You still see folk tales, fables, and all these things moving across the continuum. But when you get to grade 4, now we're using words like paraphrase. But it's still saying retail, recount. We're now adding to that. By the 5th grade, they're determined. They're determining what's going on in the story. But it all starts with kindergarten. Understand the retail. So everybody's on the same page when we're planning. Kindergarten teachers understand, what do I need to do to make sure the kids are ready for 1st grade? 1st grade teachers are saying, what do I need to do to make sure they're ready for 3rd grade, 2nd grade? This is called vertical alignment. That's what we're doing, what we have done, and what we'll continue to do. So we plan this, and again, Ms. Cirque is incredible. She helps me go through this. The teachers are well aware of our alignment. Let me go to the next slide. Okay, making gains through communication. So I gave you a folder because this is kind of blurry to see, but it's in your folders, the blue folders I gave you. And all I did really was take K3 information. This is the beginning of the year reading to the middle of the year reading. Very proud, if you can tell, even in kindergarten, in the beginning, we do a beginning of the year test, which we take in early August. We had 14% of those kids green, 86% of those kids were yellow. You moved to the middle of the year, we didn't went all the way up, had 41% of those kids now, we turned them green, with only, with the yellow coming down. You can see that all across the grade levels, K1, 2. I don't know how fit, but I think this was an anomaly a little bit, but you can tell, I know I don't have a lot of time, but you can see each grade level move up from the beginning to the middle. So what is that saying? Championship language is being given, championship students are showing up, and there's championship learning and teaching patterns. So again, I'm not making this up. This is real. This is what the kids are saying, what they're learning. So we're very excited about the beginning of the year, middle of the year. We have one more end of the year, and I can't wait to see what that looks like from the beginning to the end. Big time improvement. So I'm very appreciative. You move on, Ms. Miller. Thank you. I love this. Another way of communication. New wave. I'm old school. Many of us are old school. I still like writing with a pencil and a pen. I know a lot of kids text and do all these good things, but we have found a wonderful opportunity with Ball State. They said we want to be pen pals with your kids. I said, well, let's do that. And so they exchanged with a group of kiddos that come Ball State. We have Ball State students communicating with our students, and they write back and forth to each other throughout the whole year. And they're doing it on paper. Hannah says, hey, how you doing? Ball State students write back. So it's an opportunity for kids to still get that authentic understanding of communicating with a pen and pencil. It's okay, digital is fine, but we want you to feel it, and there's something about writing with a pen and pencil that does something. So again, that's an opportunity for Ball State and Longfellow to come together as we're communicating again via this pen pal. Can we go to the next slide? Oh, I got, Mercedes, you better come up. All right. Student council, we're so excited. You know, Mr. Moore gets excited. Y'all know this is about me. I'm just excited about kids all the time. But this one is really exciting. We have student council that really has this gone above and beyond from what my expectations even were. We have two councils. One is the main council, spelled M-A-N-E, the main council like a lion mane, which is a school day. And then we have an MP3 council that we utilize called the Young Civics. And they help us with our food pantry, all these things that they do. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, they work together, learning about the democratic process, all these good things. And with that, we have our student council president, Ms. Mercedes Whiting. Can you come up for a second? She's also a champion in basketball. She was on the volleyball team. She's just a champion student. Can you talk a little bit to our board about what we do here at Longfellow as a student council thing?
So a ton of things we do at Student Council is also like fundraisers. One of them for Christmas time was called Jolly Cups. You could have popcorn in a cup, and you can either choose Skittles or M&Ms. We're also hosting a student first staff game during April.
I will be dunking. No, sorry about that. No, they won't let me.
And Student Council is also in charge of a ton of like spirit weeks. Like one of them is this week. Today is Shamrock Shock, and we have to wear green.
And she also, too, is just, she does so many things, but she's learning leadership at this capacity. So she's learning to be in front of her peers and helping direct, guide, and coming to me, Mr. Moore, do you think we can do this? And I'm like, okay, Mercedes, let's talk through it. She's understanding. So we thank her for being our first student council president. She's been awesome. Thank you so much, Mercedes. Okay. Last one. We're almost got next to the next slide. Very excited about this next slide. I wish I could have showed you, but Mercedes was part of this. We have launched, ladies and gentlemen, WLES. And WLES is awesome. And we are, every Thursday we shoot, and the kids do the announcements. I said, I want y'all to do the announcements on Friday. They said, include the jokes, Mr. Moore, because you do the jokes. They call Friday funny. They don't laugh at them. Sometimes they do, but they do the jokes, and they are just incredible. I wish I could have played the video. The video is not going to play here, but I have uploaded it to my Sunday message. So if you want to watch it, Mercedes and a young man by the name of Andrew were the first ones to do it. Did a remarkable job. We're so excited. We do this every Friday to come out. And so it's about 5 minutes long, but the kids have a great time. We have it all hooked up to green screen and everything. They're like little news people. We got microphones on them and everything. So, but anyway, it's called WLEF. If you get a chance, check it out. Yeah, we'll get time. Thank you. All right, we move on. Almost done. Community communication. So again, Ball State is a great partner for us. We're so happy to work with them. And she couldn't be here tonight, but this is one of our kindergarten students, Miss Amari Burks. Here's the beauty about Amari. So Amari's from Indianapolis, and the Ryans came and said, we want to sponsor somebody to help get them through school. They have a scholarship at Ball State, and they sponsored her the whole way, pay for her whole school, so she can become a teacher, and she's doing it for us at Muncie and at Longfellow. These are the Ryans here. We're so excited they came. And they came and visited with us that day. We went to visit her classroom, but I wanted to highlight them because, again, that's an opportunity for them to communicate to our kids the importance of education. And that's what she did. She is a former school teacher, and she came in and talked to all the kindergarten students about the importance of learning, education, all those good things. So we're very grateful of Mr. and Mrs. Ryan and Amari Burks. It's been a great addition to Longfellow. So I wanted to highlight that. The last thing, this didn't work either, but that's all right. If you let my tree come up, the video didn't work, but I'm gonna let y'all kind of the tree rises. There you go. And Mercedes said today is Shamrock Shot. I do have on green. I got to look at it hard though. I didn't tell me. Miss White said it. She said, Mr. Moore, you know what? You got on two primary colors. Yellow and blue make green. I said, that's awesome. So I didn't have on these colors. I did have on a green shirt earlier. But I do want to thank first our girls for coming out. Parents, thank you for bringing them out. We're so proud. Thank you, coaches, for coming. But more than anything, thank you, board, for supporting us and allowing me to be who I am every day. This is a fun. I love the kids. We love it. We have a great time. And so we continue to look for better ways to be excellent. And we are champions every day. Are we champions, ladies? Yeah. That's all we have today. Thank you so much. It takes too much time, but I can't help it. I love it. All right. Thank you.
Questions?
Yes, questions. I'm sorry.
Thanks for your enthusiasm.
I don't have to worry about that.
We appreciate that. And I think you could dunk at one point, for sure. I think.
I did win a dunk contest.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Going back to the diagnostics for just a quick second, the red, yellow, and green, just put that in context. Those are kids who are performing at grade level.
Yes.
And so green is at or above,
Yes, yes.
yellow's within the range of grade level,
Yes.
and red's behind.
Yes.
Is
So
that-
think of it like a traffic light.
Okay.
Red, you're stopping. Hold on. Then we got to make sure
Okay.
we're working with our students to kind of
Okay.
figure out. Yellow, these kids are they're all, we got it's caution. Green, we want to keep it going, but that's kind of how
Okay.
we look at it. Yeah, so that's a
Okay.
great way to think.
Okay,
of that.
great work. Thank you.
Remind me, Mr. Moore, we have a puffer right next door.
Yes.
Pre-K, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nope, it's embedded in the building.
It's in, yes, in the bed.
It's
It's in the
building.
building. We have two
Yeah.
classrooms in the building, but Huffer, we partner with them.
How many students do we have in Huffer?
We had at one point, things have changed a little bit with the vouchers and whatnot, but at one point, we had slots for 60 students, and we was close to that. But then, like I said, there were some changes. We're looking for ways to get those numbers back up.
I've seen him dunk. He can dunk. I mean, he used to be able to jump out of the gym. Then we had to tell him he had to stop trying to dunk.
Yeah,
He
it's,
kept
they
We all
took
get
a bubble
old.
wrap on me
Ankles.
now. They won't let me get
We
over
all,
the
we all
court.
get
He
older.
struggles walking through the cafeteria and off curbs now.
That's the reality. Well, I know it's not on the script, but I think it's time for offering since we had such a rousing message today. I'm feeling something up in here.
Go ahead, collect. Go, we have.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, we have some consent items. How did I have this? I wanted to highlight, let me see if I can get it here. As a part of personnel section, we have four of our staff that are retiring. And I just want to highlight the fact that we've got one teacher that's retiring with 40 years of teaching, Michelle Bergram, and then Dan Cowan, 29 years, Elizabeth Gillentine, 25, and Susie Pierce, 22 years. I think that's great. That is great. So we want to appreciate that. Do we have any other comments or questions with any of the action items at all? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Mr. Derone.
Thank you. Tonight, Cindy and I are trying out our new thing, which is we have to be ADA compliant on all our, after April 1st. So we're trying it here in March. All our information that we put out on the website and for public consumption needs to meet those guidelines. So what we are doing for our financial report, it may look a little smaller or less number of slides perhaps, but we're trying to be compliant like we're supposed to. So really, it's just our second month, February results. Just a few highlights. We're still waiting on the impact from the state of Indiana based on our ADM count going down by 50 students at the February count. So it did not show up yet for the March impact. We'll expect it to be perhaps the April, May, and June impact of our state basic grant. But we do expect the revenue estimate to go down for this calendar year and the first 6 months of 2026 because of the drop in enrollment. That's probably the biggest highlight there. Still expecting, as I show here, about $47.8 million in state basic grant revenue. That could go down some because of the loss in enrollment. Still, we're able to end the month with a very healthy overall cash balance, still over 33 million plus in our overall cash, and so that's still very positive with that. All funds cash balance 38, almost 39 million. We do have the trend is really the important thing to talk about on the two charts for the cash balance, and that's just showing that we're much better than we have been on the cash balance. It's showing the state loan in red like we did before, and that's down to a little over $5.5 million at the end of February. Still on target for those backloaded payments with that state loan. A little over 2.2 million is paid in 2026, 2027, and then it expires June 30th, 2028. That state loan will be fully paid off. So anyway, that's kind of the highlights, abbreviated version, I guess, but that's, we'll figure that out when we'll keep doing the report each month to show you the trend of where the cash is going, the trend of where our spending is going. And when we get ready to do the budget presentation come in the month of August, I'll have to get with Cindy and figure out how we'll do that to convey the correct information in the proper way to meet all the requirements and yet still tell the message of where we're going with our spending, where we're going with our money, and where we've been the current year. So that kind of ends my report. We're only 2 months into the calendar year. Obviously, we have 10 more months to go.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Jerome? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. All right, we're going to move into our bond project appropriation.
Okay, want me to take it from there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I know you and I have a script we have to follow. I know you're happy that Jim left you with this, but we'll get through it.
I think he knew what was going on here.
Okay, all right. What we're doing tonight, it's just an additional appropriation hearing related to our current bond project that we're involved with. And this is all per what we have to do with our bond attorney. And I'll explain what we're doing here first. This additional appropriation hearing is for the 2025 current bond project. The additional appropriation is for an amount of $300,000. These funds from the project will be used for the renovation and improvements related to the current HVAC project and other improvements at the Muncie Fieldhouse site, various school sites, deferred maintenance items, and roofing projects throughout the district. We did prepare and publish the legal notice in the Muncie Star Press March 4th. It was uploaded into the State Gateway portal on February 19th. This particular bond project was financed through the selling of bonds. Half of the bonds, $9.9 million, were sold as general obligation bonds back in October of 2025. The other half of these bonds, $9.9 million, will be sold later this particular calendar year. This amount of this $300,000 reflects the portion of the lease rental bonds that must be placed on the Muncie Schools books for this particular project. The remainder of those lease proceeds from the lease rental bonds will be in the control of the trustee bank, which is the Bank of New York, our current holding company. And then after we have our public hearing where we ask if there's any comment about these additional appropriation, the school board will then consider the resolution to accept this additional appropriation of the $300,000 after we have our public hearing. So now, it would be the time for the board president to ask if there's anyone who wants to speak from the public regarding this additional appropriation as I have described.
All right, do we have any public comments regarding this issue? Those of you who are here or those who are online, do we have a way to get a hold of people who are online at all? Or no?
It's in
We
person.
don't do online? Is it
It's
just
in person.
just in person? Okay, all right. We're asking for you to state your name, limit your comments to the proposed rent to be paid under the appropriation of bond proceeds, and keep your comments to the established board standards and avoid being repetitive if possible. So, do we have anybody that wants to speak to that? All right. All right. Thank you for all those who are here. Brad, I think it's on
Yes,
you.
thank you. Okay, now you can close the public hearing,
We'll close the public hearing.
okay? Okay, and what we would like to consider now is the additional appropriation resolution. We present that to the school board for approval tonight, and that is really what is in front of you now, to ask for your board members to approve this additional appropriation resolution, considering the $300,000 of these particular bond proceeds for the project.
All right, we're waiting on a motion regarding this and a second to adopt the additional appropriation resolution.
I move approval. Second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Any discussion at all? We good?
To be clear, this appropriation is to pay the rent from the proceeds of the bond.
What happens is, for this particular bond proceeds, it will now be lease rental bonds. This is what the bond attorney says, this is the amount of money that has to go back to our books versus the Bank of New York from the holding company. So they can't set aside the full amount of the $9.9 million at the Bank of New York. So a portion of those proceeds have to go back to us to be in our control. And by putting it back on our books, we then have to have an appropriation to be approved to spend it. And we can only spend it for the project.
Correct. Okay, just wanted to make sure we clarified that. Thanks.
Do I need to close the hearing now? Is that what we're
Well, you've
doing?
already closed the hearing. You just need to vote on the resolution.
Motion and second.
You already did that, didn't you?
Oh, you're good then. Yep, you're good. Yep, you're good.
Yeah, we got it.
Did you take the vote?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
We did.
That's right, that's right.
Okay. Do we have any other dialogue of the board tonight at all? Any media that's here? Do you know? All right. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved in second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, we are adjourned.
I would say there's no fourth and fifth grade back to the middle of the year with specific.
But they don't, we let them have that as optional.
For the